Toyota, Volkswagen, Honda, Hyundai's coming for you. This is the 2020 Hyundai Sonata, and it's taking the family sedan to the next level. Just look at these awesome LED strips that go up here and kind of fade into a chrome accent that goes all the way back. It's really cool to see a manufacturer doing something daring and unique with such a potentially bland and boring and stale class such as the family sedan. While manufacturers such as Ford and Chevy and Chrysler a long time ago completely giving up on the family sedan market, Hyundai is doubling down and making this an awesome, desirable car. Now, it does have steep competition with segment stalwarts such as the Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, but the Sonata's been around for many generations now, and this is the best one yet. No longer is it just a bland sedan to buy that has a good warranty. No, this sedan is one that you should seriously check out. Does it have what it takes to compete with the best of the best from the other makers? Let's go find out. I'm Charlie with Daily Motor, and I can't wait to show you the 2020 Hyundai Sonata. So you can't help but notice as soon as you see the Sonata that it is not your ordinary sedan. Just look at these awesome looks. Now, I will admit, not everyone is a fan of them. I've had some people come up to me and just say, you know what, Charlie, it looks weird. I don't know exactly what it is. Sometimes people don't like the grille. Sometimes they don't like the headlights. Some people don't actually like the swooping chrome line that goes on up it. But even if you don't like it, you gotta appreciate that it's different. You're gonna be able to pick this car out in a parking lot or a rental car lot or anywhere. When you walk up, you're gonna be like, yep, that's the Sonata right there. It is different and it's memorable, and I think it's cool. The back has this cool design element as well. When the lights are on, the brake light goes all the way around the back. Let's see if I can throw the lights on here and show you. There we go. We got the lights on now, and you can see that cool LED strip going all the way around, connecting on both sides, meeting in the middle. This is a cool design element. The trunk button, hidden right there in the dash. Trunk pops open nicely. You got a spacious trunk here. It's class average, no big surprises. You do have a spare tire under there, some tools. That's nice to see. This red paint looks beautiful, especially out here in this nice winter sunlight. Back seat, no big surprises. You do have this nice brown leather. Feels good. Come on back here. There's average room for the class. I'm 5'10". I've got a decent amount of leg room, good amount of headroom. Got pretty quality materials. Everything's nice to feel, nice to touch, some smooth surfaces. Do have a USB plug back here, which is nice. Got a center armrest, 2 cup holders. I will say they might have gone a little bit far with this tan color. It just looks a little bit like mud when it comes to the plastic elements. I like it with the leather. The plastic looks a little weird, but that's personal. Do have a really cool panoramic sunroof for this class. I like how big it is. It makes the cabin feel really airy. It's nice. Take a quick look at the front with these LEDs on. I just think that's awesome, guys. I really do. Hooray for Hyundai for being different and taking a risk with this Sonata. Coming in up front. Again, for the family sedan market, it's beautiful up here. And it's a good blend of both beautiful and functional. Let me show you a couple of things I really like around here. First off, the steering wheel. You've got this kind of multi-spoke design, and it's a nice polished metal feel, and it's a perfect spot for resting your fingers while you're driving. Got your elbow on the center console or your elbow on the door. And then your fingers rest right on the steering wheel ledge, just like that. But if you want to drive differently, you can put your hand right here on the bottom. You can put your hands up here, 9 and 3, 10 and 2. A lot of different options. And the steering wheel's heated all the way around. Some cars, they only heat on the sides. And then when you're holding it up here, like, man, why does it feel different? And it's just something that when it's overlooked is just a little bit of a disappointment. It's not a huge deal, but when it's heated all the way around, it's just nice. All the buttons on the wheel make a lot of sense. They're very well labeled, feel good, look nice. Good job, Hyundai. Moving on over to the center console, these HVAC controls are some of the best I've used as well. Everything's very clearly laid out. It's a dual zone climate control, so if I turn it on here, you can see I've got my temperature here for the driver, temperature here for the passenger, but if I just press it, boom, synced with the driver, very straightforward and easy. You got your heated steering wheel control here, and your fan control. Let's go all the way up, all the way down, very clear, easy to use toggle switches here. Where the air is blowing, kind of cycle through on the bottom, and then you can go up like that. And it kind of, as you move the switch up, it goes sort of up through the car, and then you move the switch down, it goes down through the car. And then the heated and cooled seat controls are really cool, because you can go up for heat, keep going up, and then you go down for cooling. So they were able to put both controls into one button, and I think that's cool. The cooling seat is about average for how loud it is. It's not nearly as loud as some of the old Ford seats, but as you can hear, you do notice it. Down here you've got wireless device charging, USB port, and a standard 12 volt. Now the button shifter is one of the more intuitive ones on the market. You just press drive when you want to go forward, reverse when you want to go back, neutral if you need it, park when you're done. Very straightforward and simple. Got a drive mode selector down here, a few other controls. The center console does feel a little bit cheap. It's just simple, basic. You got some hard plastics here, but you got to remember this is a commonplace family sedan after all. Now this is kind of interesting. This looks like it's probably a phone holder slot, and it makes sense. The phone fits in there just fine. However, when you're driving around, when you accelerate, the phone flips back, and then when you brake, the phone flips forward. And because this isn't padded, it makes noise. It's actually really frustrating, and I find myself not wanting to use it. Because it's not like you have to accelerate or brake hard either, because look. Very, very small inputs to make that move. It's really frustrating. So I usually just either toss my phone like that, or use the wireless device charger, which is nice and grippy, the phone doesn't slide anywhere, and I get some juice. So, kind of silly why they didn't pad this or something. I don't know. Maybe that's not what it's for. Now, the center display is nicely contoured into the dash. It works well, and it doesn't try to do too much. I'm really happy that Hyundai kept a separate HVAC control screen down here and left it out of the infotainment display. Thank you, Hyundai. But you've got map and navigation here. Works well. There's a bit of a delay with everything, but it's kind of a standard delay that you sort of just get used to, as bad as that is. You've got your standard Bluetooth, radio, AM, FM, Sirius, all that jazz. You see how long it took to bring up the Sirius there? You saw when I touched the screen and then it came up. But whatever. It is what it is. It is a newer system for Hyundai, so it's nice to see that they're advancing in this area. You got weather, standard apps, all that jazz. Now this is kind of weird, and I really want you guys to check this out. Right here, you've got this icon. It says Sounds of Nature. Click that, and the car starts playing these calm, soothing sounds. So you've got lively forest, calm sea waves, rainy day, open air cafe. Warm fireplace. And last but not least, snowy village. Now, I'm going to let you all make your own judgments on this Sounds of Nature screen. It's a little far from me. I think it's a little bit goofy. But I gotta say, some people might appreciate it. And again, good on Hyundai for taking those risks, making things different and cool and fun. Not what you'd expect from just kind of your standard run-of-the-mill sort of family sedan. Let's get out of there. Up front here, you've got a large digital gauge readout. No analog gauges here. You can cycle through your standard menus. You see compass, GPS, directions, all that jazz, trip meter, attention level, tire pressure, drive modes, fuel economy. It's pretty standard fare. When you change drive modes, the gauges get all red and aggressive for sport mode. Other than that, custom and smart, they're pretty standard. They look nice, they work. All right, let's take this new Sonata for a drive. Now, the new Sonata comes in two engine options. This one's a turbocharged 1.6 liter. It does the job. It's fine. It's got a standard transmission. You will notice some weird hiccups here and there. It doesn't shift as smooth. Well, I should take that back. It shifts smoothly, but I've kind of been noticing some weird shifting with it. I don't know if the vehicle was just cold and it was making some strange choices while it was trying to warm up, but it's not quite as smooth as the powertrains from Honda, both the 1.5 and the 2 liter in the Accord. But a lot of people like to complain, oh, this one's not powerful enough. You gotta wait for the N line to have more power and be faster. No, you don't. This car has plenty of power to get up in any sort of situation. If you want to be driving sporty, go get yourself a motorcycle or a Mustang or a Miata or something like that. Here's some traffic coming. I have full confidence that this little brake here, get on the gas. Plenty of power to get up to speed. The Sonata's not a canyon carving hustler. It's not going to be as fun to drive as the Mazda 6 or the Honda Accord, but you can go around tight corners like this, no problem. If you've got a few back roads in your daily commute, you can hustle around them, it's fine. Hyundai's been trying to push all of its products upmarket, and this Sonata just continues on that trend. They can do sporty. The Veloster's sporty, the Veloster N's very fun and sporty. Its sister brand, Kia, they've got the Stinger. That's a good sporty car. But the Sonata is not supposed to be like that. And I'm glad that Hyundai didn't try to go too hard and make that happen. I mean, sure, when the N-Line model comes out, it probably will be over-aggressive and over-styled and more power than anyone needs in a car like this. But for someone just looking for a good family sedan that's going to get them around and be comfortable and classy and cool and different and efficient, the Sonata does a really good job at that. This is the limited model. It comes in at about just over $34,000. I think it's $34,365 if I had to look at the window sticker, which I will put up here for you all to look at. And it's going to get you every feature that's available on the Sonata. Heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, upgraded sound system, surround view camera. All of it works well. It's inoffensive, looks good. Get it up on the highway here and let you hear what it sounds like at highway speeds. If you all aren't watching these videos with headphones, I highly recommend it, as I've got microphones in my ears right now, so if you use headphones, you're going to hear exactly what I hear from the driver's seat. Now this is a really cool feature. You see down there on my gauge? The gauge cluster actually comes up with a blind spot camera in the dash. So if I want to change lanes, yes, I can use my mirror. but I can also just use the gauge, do a quick look back and see that nobody's there, and merge safely. It does have blind spot monitor as well, so because there was a car in my blind spot there in the mirror, it does light up. So you can use the mirror, old school, you can use the blind spot monitor, and you can use the little blind spot camera in the dash. Tons of ways to make you feel safe while you're driving around. Highway road noise is average. It's not crazy quiet by any means. The ride isn't remarkably smooth. It's very inoffensive and, how do I want to say it? There's no surprises. I'm not wowed by the ride or the handling or the steering or anything in this Sonata. But if you're researching buying this car, there's a good chance that that's not really something you care about. You care much more about the safety, the value, and the features more than the driving dynamics. And hey, the Sonata does a really good job at that. The Sonata also has adaptive cruise control with active lane keep assist and steering. So I've got the cruise control set right now. It's 74 miles per hour. And look at that. I can let go of the steering wheel. It's actually steering me through the lane right now, keeping the car centered and straightening right out. Oh, a little bit over there to the left. It's not as robust as some of the other automaker systems at the lane centering, but you can see the steering wheel's doing a good job keeping me centered. The car actually waits quite a while before yelling at you to put your hands on the wheel, which is surprising. And you can use this active steering without having the cruise control set as well. So right now, I'm giving the car gas with my foot, but the car is still steering itself. Now, reasons you might buy the Sonata over, say, Toyota Camry, Volkswagen Passat, Honda Accord, Mazda 6, Ford Fusion. One of those main reasons is the warranty. With the Sonata, you've got a 100,000 mile or 10-year powertrain warranty and a 5-year, 60,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. That warranty is transferable to subsequent owners, but it drops down to 5 years and 60,000 miles for powertrain as well if you sell the car. Now that's pretty good when other manufacturers are typically only offering 3 years, 36,000 miles. Now what reasons would you have not to buy the Sonata? Well, if you don't like the looks, if they're a little too crazy for you, then you might be like, I'll pass. But I get that. I mean, it's not for everybody. Other than that, if you do want your car to have a sporty feel to it, there's no getting around the fact that the Honda Accord is the best driving car in this segment. Powertrain's very apt. The transmission, whether it's a CVT or the manual, which you can't get in this car, but you can on the Honda, all the transmissions from Honda are very, very good. The steering is a little more communicative, a little bit stiffer, a little bit nicer to drive. Chassis is really well dialed in. The brakes are good. Oof. Car was a little upset with me getting too close to that Focus there. So if you like to drive sporty and you want a little bit more of that driving feel, you might want to go with the Accord. Now Volkswagen also has the new Arteon, which is a really, really pretty looking car as well. It's not going to give you quite the same value as the Hyundai though. So unless looks are your only priority and you don't care for this new Sonata, Arteon might be the car for you, or the new Passat. And then there's the new Camry. If you really want 300 horsepower in your family sedan and you want to light up those front tires all the time, then you can get the V6 Camry. Or if you want a sedan that's going to be perfectly dead reliable for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles, then you've got the 4-cylinder Camry. But I think the looks on the Camry are a little weird, and the interior is not as nicely done as this, and the car is a little bit more numb to drive even than the Sonata. Plus, you don't get the long warranty. All in all, Hyundai did a pretty great job with this new Sonata. It's not a revolutionary car, but it's evolutionary. And it takes a car that was decently good but a little too bland, spices it up a little bit, and really makes it considerable for anyone who's looking for a new car that wants it to look cool, stand out, be different, and be reliable and drive well all at the same time. Ooh, one thing I did forget to mention. This Sonata Limited has a 12-speaker Bose audio system, and apparently it has a subwoofer, but I don't know what that subwoofer is doing because I listened to some music in this car, And I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't know if I've been spoiled by the Harman Kardon systems I've been in recently or what, but this Bose system is not doing it for me. The mid-range and bass sounds were so empty that I thought I was listening to my old 2006 Town & Country minivan. The surround part is good, but there's just a lot lacking to the sound. There's no crispness, there's no heft to the music, so that would be another reason to pass on the Sonata. Sorry Hyundai, but this Bose system is not cutting it. Anyway, let's get out, take one last look at this beautiful Sonata. All right. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the looks of this car. Take a gander here at this LED strip that sort of fades into nothingness. Starts strong here and then goes out into just this chrome strip. That was really unique, and I feel like the designers probably had some fun with that. I could probably do without the large black gaping grille here. Maybe a little bit smaller. I don't know, maybe that's for a facelift in a few years. But yeah, definitely a cool car. Arguably one to check out. I don't know if I'd go as far as to put it above the Accord in terms of just an overall lineup of vehicles. But Hyundai did an awesome job with it. It's leaps and bounds above the old Sonata, and definitely one you should check out. As always, let me know in the comments if there's any other cars you'd like to see. If you liked the video, really hope you like and subscribe. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and we'll see you on the next one. Drive on.